everybody, and welcome to my next Let's Play. This time I will be playing Imperium Galactica 2 Alliances. Now this game came out from a company called Digital Reality, which you obviously saw in the little introduction sequence then, about 12 years ago, in the year 2000. And it's probably been about 8 or 9 years since I last played the game. Now the reason behind me deciding to do a Let's Play of this game is quite simple. A couple of weeks ago I was on YouTube and I decided to look up this game just to watch a Let's Play of it, you know, just like take me back and stuff. I did find a Let's Play on YouTube, but unfortunately it was all in German. The in-game voices were German, the guy doing the Let's Play was speaking German. As he said, he wasn't very good at English, and no, I couldn't watch it, I couldn't enjoy it. So I thought, you know, why not? There's no other on YouTube, so I thought I'd try and fill that gap. Now unfortunately this game isn't able to record in 1280 by 720. This game doesn't support widescreen whatsoever. It will push down the top of the screen quite nicely, but the bottom of the screen it just cuts off half the menu, and the little menu bars they just don't show the information they're supposed to show. It's taken me a couple of days even just to get this working on Windows 7, and even longer to get it recording. I've been up at the moment for about 7, maybe 8 hours just trying to get this to record. And I'm actually currently using 2 recording programs as well. I'm using Fraps for recording in-game footage, and using Camtasia Studios to record things like the introduction cutscene and the introduction movies and other little movies you'll be getting in the campaign. Since I've spent quite a long time to try and get this game working, I'm very eager to get started, so let's do that right now. I think first of all I should be doing the tutorial just to refresh myself. So let's click on the tutorial and let's start on part 1, shall we?
Welcome to Imperium Galactica 2 tutorial mode. This interactive tutorial will teach you, in easy-to-follow steps, the basic controls and functions of each area of Imperium Galactica 2. Parts of the tutorial require you to watch and listen as I show you how to perform various tasks. Other parts of the tutorial require you to take control and perform tasks yourself. You may also toggle the on-screen text on or off by pressing the T key. Switching the text off may be useful if you find that simultaneously following the cursor movements and reading the text is difficult. If you wish to access other options, press the O or Escape key. You begin the game as leader of a galactic empire, and the first screen you see is this one, called the Star Map. The Star Map is one of the most important screens in the game. From here you can control the movements of your fleets, gather and examine planetary information, colonize planets, and wage wars. Your view of the star map may be manipulated using the icons at the bottom of the screen to rotate and zoom in or out. Alternatively, you can use your keyboard. The arrow keys can be used to rotate the view, and the plus or minus keys used to zoom in or out. Now experiment with different camera angles using plus or minus and the arrow keys.
Yes, as I was saying, this part of the screen here was cut off, and this screen wasn't showing any information. Anyway, arrow keys. Let's look around, up and down, zoom in, ooh, there's a moon there, and zoom out.
At the top of the screen there is a toolbar. On the left side of this toolbar are 4 buttons that control the flow of time during the game. From left to right, these icons are pause, slow, normal, and fast. In pause mode, time is stopped, but you can still assign orders and issue commands as normal. As an alternative to using the icons, you can pause time by pressing the space bar and use the 1, 2, and 3 keys to change speed. Now experiment with the time icons.
Okay, so spacebar to pause, 1 for slow speed, 2 for normal speed, and 3 for fast speed. Very simple. Come on. I've experimented.
Next to the time icons is your current bank balance in credits. And next to that is the current date. You should keep a keen eye on your bank balance, as running out of credits can restrict your Empire's activities. In the far top right corner is an icon that allows you to access each screen of the game. If you keep the left mouse button pressed when the cursor is on the icon, a menu is displayed that allows you to go to each of the available screens. Your Empire's territory is indicated by a transparent red field called the radar range. All inhabited planets have a radar, and anything entering its range is visible to you. Fleets also have a radar range, displayed as a blue transparent field. Anything that enters the radar range of a fleet is also visible to you, allowing the discovery of new planets outside your territory. Now, left-click on your fleet to select it, then right-click outside the red area.
Okay, so Conqueror, let's go here.
Depending on the technology you possess, your fleets will be able to venture further and further away from your territory without losing communication or visible radar range. If you wish, you can assign waypoints to your fleet by holding down the Shift key and right-clicking on the star map to define each part of its route. This is very useful for creating patrols. Locate a new planet. The easiest way to do this is to create a patrol route for your fleet around the perimeter of the red radar range using waypoints by holding down the Shift and right-clicking on the star map to define the route. If you want, you can use the fast time to help speed things up.
Okay then, so we're gonna go
Awaiting orders, sir.
here and here and here and here. Oop, here and here and here and here and here. And everywhere, let's go everywhere. Let's explore the let's explore the whole galaxy, why not? Let's speed things up. Come on planet, where are you? There's gotta be a planet here somewhere. Zoom in a bit, shall we? Anywhere? It's not looking like it. We're in a lonely area of space.
You can deploy satellites over planets to get detailed information about the planet's potential with regards to the production and population. Press the left mouse button on the newly discovered planet and keep the button pressed. Select the satellite icon from the icons that appear. A satellite will be sent there for a mere cost of 3,000 credits. Deploy a satellite over the new planet.
Okay, new planet. Hold down left mouse button and deploy a satellite.
Now that you have found a planet, you can colonize it. In order to colonize planets, you usually need to build a colonization ship which will construct the colony hub and transport the colonists. However, in this tutorial, we will build a colonization ship for you instantly. Press the left mouse button on the newly discovered planet and keep the button pressed. Select the colonization icon from the icons that appear. A colonization ship will be sent there. Once the ship arrives, it will be disassembled and a colony hub constructed. Colonize the planet by holding down the left button over the planet and selecting the colonization icon.
Okie dokie, colonize.
Your orders. Moving the new position, sir.
Protect the colonizer.
Orders received. Maneuvering thrusters on. Okay.
Was there another moon?
Now the colonization ship has arrived at the planet. Work will start on a colony hub. If you wish to learn more about your colonies, please see Tutorial Section 2. As you can see, there is a window in the bottom left corner of the screen. This window displays information on the selected planet, such as the controlling race or empire, the population number, the morale of the population, and what is being produced by the planet's factories. Each planet is important as the population provides you with income via taxation. The greater your income, the more money you can spend on research, production, or building new colonies. Please see the Tutorial Section 2 for more information. You can also display detailed information about your fleets. To do this, select the desired fleet, then left-click on the small information window at the bottom left side of the screen. The individual ships and tanks that make up the fleet are displayed. Left-click on them individually to see more information, including the type of equipment fitted to that particular ship or tank. Right-click on the information window if you want to split your fleet. Two windows will appear, one for the old fleet and one for the new. By left-clicking on the ships, you can add or remove them from the fleets. Now, split your fleet, then click Off to continue.
Okay, got to split our fleet down. Let's do it sensibly. Let's have 1 destroyer and 4 fighters. Roughly even split.
Well done. If you want to join your separated fleets together, just move one of them to the other. The fleets will automatically join when they meet. You are also able to rename your fleet. This can help you distinguish your fleets from each other. To do this, move the cursor over the small information window and click both mouse buttons at the same time. You will then be able to type a new name for your fleet. Now, rename one of your fleets.
Rename one of my fleets. Okay. Oop, right click. What did it say? I'm confused. What did it say? Click. Both mouse buttons. Okay. Let's name it. What should we name our fleet? I don't know. Green eggs and ham. That'll do.
You can also use the same technique to rename planets. Select the planet, then click both mouse buttons on the small information window. If you left-click on the small information window, detailed information about the planet is displayed. If you right-click on the small information window, you will be able to view the planet's surface. This section of the tutorial is now complete. You should continue with part 2 of the tutorial, which will teach you about the colonies.
Okay then. Let's go on to part 2 then, shall we? Teach us about the colonies.
Welcome back to Imperium Galactica 2 tutorial mode. This is the second part of the tutorial which deals with colony management. Please observe that you now have 2 colonies and that one of them, called New Planet, has only recently been colonized. Once the colony hub has been finished on New Planet, you can start to expand the colony by constructing new buildings. To get to the planet's surface and see the colony, left-click on the planet and keep the mouse button pressed. The planet's surface icon will appear. Move the cursor over this icon and release the mouse button. Alternatively, select the planet and press the F3 key or right-click on the planet information window. Now go to the surface view of New Planet.
Okay, surface view. Let's go down there.
As you can see, a colony hub has been placed on your planet. You can see how many buildings are on the colony using the radar map in the bottom right corner of the screen. Each building is represented by a dot. White dots show functional buildings and gray dots show non-functional buildings. The colony hub is the first and most important building on the colony. It houses 5,000 colonists, incorporates a radar, and coordinates all building work. In the top left corner of the screen is a window that you can use to construct new buildings. To do this, left-click on the window and keep the mouse button pressed. A menu of all the available buildings will appear. Select the building you want and release the mouse button. Now, click on the landscape to place the building and start the construction. Now, build a small house.
Build a small house. Okie dokie then. Small house. You can go down here, I think.
Construction work on the house has now started. While you are waiting, you could try to move the camera around the colony. You can zoom your view in or out using the plus or minus keys, and rotate or tilt your view using the arrow keys. If you move the cursor to the edge of the screen will scroll in that direction. You can also rotate and tilt your view by pressing down both mouse buttons and moving the mouse. Now that you have 2 planets, you can examine the other planet by pressing page up, page down. If you have several colonies, pressing page up, page down allows you to view each of them in turn. Now press page up or down to go to the next planet.
Okay then, page up.
Some buildings on the colony screen will not only affect your colony, they will also affect the overall performance of your empire. For example, if you build a ship research center, It will increase your empire's ship research capability. Build a ship research center.
Build a ship research center. Okay. Ship research. Seems like a good spot for it.
Once the ship research center is built, you will see an electrical symbol rotating above it. This indicates that the building is not receiving sufficient power to function properly. All buildings on the colony, except for the colony hub, require power. This power is supplied by power plants. You can examine the current power supply for your entire colony. Just above the small information window are two sets of numbers. The number on the right, next to the electricity sign, shows you how much energy you are producing. If the number is red, it means that a building on your colony is not receiving enough power and you will have to construct a new power plant. Now, build a fusion plant to rectify the problem.
Fusion plant. Let's build one of them. Let's place it next to the other one, I suppose.
Once the fusion plant is built, the research center will start to function. Other reasons why buildings may not function is a shortage of workers, shown by the other number above the small information window, or if the building is more than 50% damaged. A quick way to get extra electricity and workers is to switch off other buildings using the icon to the left of the radar map. Buildings can be separated into 4 categories. 1. Civilian buildings such as houses, police stations, and hospitals that provide the basic civil requirements of your population, or recreational facilities like the park and stadium, which improve the standard of living for your citizens. 2. Industrial buildings like factories or research centers that increase your production and research capability. 3. Military buildings like fortresses and planetary guns that provide defense in case of attack. And lastly, 4. Commercial buildings like fusion plants that provide electricity. Now I will show you more detailed planet information. Population not only shows you the current number of people in the colony, but also provides you with monthly updates and changes in the population numbers. Morale shows you the attitude of the people and is affected by the living conditions on the planet. Living conditions are affected by how well you build and run the colony. If the people are happy on a planet, they will increase in numbers, and therefore increase your tax income at the same time. If they are unhappy, the reverse will happen. You can often improve low morale by reducing the level of tax. You can change the level of tax at the bottom of the screen by pressing and holding the left mouse button over the tax icon and selecting the desired level of tax. Now, change the level of taxation.
Change the level of taxation. Let's change it to oppressive. Yes.
Well done. The all icon next to the tax icon will apply the currently selected tax rate to all of your colonies, while the plus and minus icons will raise or lower the tax rate one step at a time. Income shows you how much money this planet makes each month, while surface shows you the surface type on this planet. This is important because you can play as different races, and each race prefers a different type of surface. The Solarians, for example, prefer to live on planets that have grass or forest surfaces. If a race likes the surface type, the population will increase at a faster rate. Tanks show you the number of tank units on the planet, and problems list the current problems facing the colony population. If these problems are serious, with a rating of 30% or above, it means that a large number of people on the colony are concerned. If you do not deal with the problems, morale will fall, and the people may revolt. As you can see, this planet has food problems. To rectify this, you need to build a food factory. This will help to feed the citizens and increase their morale. Now, build a food factory.
Okie dokie then. Food factory. Right here.
When the food factory has been built, the morale of the people will slowly increase. Lowering the tax rate is a quick way to avoid problems on a colony, as it increases morale at the expense of your income. Ideally, you should construct colonies that have a high tax rate and a happy population. This is a skill well worth mastering. If you do not want to constantly manipulate the colony, you can use the auto build option. This feature will construct the colony according to a predetermined plan, taking into account the needs of the population to a certain extent. However, although auto-build is useful, it may not construct the perfect colony. On harder levels especially, your decisions will be required. Now, change your auto-build setting.
Auto build. Change to production.
As you can see, there are plenty of auto-build options. You can read about them in the manual, or you can press F1 to access the help screen during the game. As I mentioned before, auto-build can be useful, especially if you have a large empire with plenty of colonies. If you have used auto-build on a large number of planets, you can set priority levels for them. Planets with auto-build switched on and a higher priority level will receive funding quicker and have problems dealt with faster than planets with a lower priority level. Even small problems will be dealt with quicker on planets with a higher priority level. Therefore, you must choose which planets have priority very carefully.
What are we doing next?
This section of the tutorial is now complete. You should continue with Part 3 of the tutorial, which explains the production, research, and design sections of the game.
Okie dokie then. Well, I'm going to call that it for part 1. I'm going to get this all rendered and uploaded on YouTube and everything and see how well it turns out. And if it turns out okay, I shall be continuing on with part 2. Until then, I'll see you then.